Hey y'all, this is Lex and Derek. We just want to come on here real quick and talk about how buy and hold real estate differs from other businesses. So basically, one of the first major thing that differs from buy and hold real estate. Buy and hold real estate just means that you're a landlord, you hold properties long term, and you rent them out to people who are looking for housing. One of the biggest ways that is different from a lot of businesses is that it is passive income. If you do it the right way, if you have the right system, it is passive income, meaning that you get the money when you sleep, you get the money when you're on vacation, you get the money and you don't have to put in extra effort every single week. On average, we don't even have an average amount of time that we work on our business because generally it takes care of itself. So we don't have weekly tasks that we do for our real estate, even though we have several properties. That's the beautiful thing because the average business, most businesses, not saying they're bad, but if it's something that you don't love to do or passionate about doing, you don't necessarily want to do it every single day, even on the weekends. One of the sayings that I've heard, and it's like it's kind of it can be said different ways, but I've heard like if you work a job for 8 hours, you're working your business 16 hours, and that saying is just to
Mm,
say like, listen, you think that having a business is easier, but really you're gonna be working 10 times as hard because you have to figure things out, you have to come up with the systems, you have to come up with the program, you have to come up with the schedule. Real estate is not like that. You working a lot less than you're working even in a part-time job, and that's what's really different about any business. We've done several businesses and we
yeah,
know
that's
people
true.
who do other businesses. That's what's different about real estate that we love. That's one of our favorite things.
100%. And I will have to say that our business is always in demand. What business can you think of that you always have customers looking for you? Uh,
Yeah.
like it's always people looking for. Even when we're doing rehabs and we have our properties
Oh
just
yeah.
sitting, we have people coming knocking on the door. Hey, is this house for rent? Hey,
My
when is it gonna
mom
be
used to
ready?
live here.
Yeah, yeah. My mom used to live here. You know, how much is it? And we like, it's not even done yet.
Yeah, we do take their contact information, but
Yeah, but it's always in demand. It's the biggest, and I heard somebody say this. It's the biggest subscription business in the world.
subscription.
Yeah, because it's a reoccurring payment. We get paid every month.
Oh
It's a
yeah, yeah,
reoccurring
yeah. That's
payment
a good
every
point.
month. It's a subscription business, and it's
Yeah,
always in demand. It's always needed. Everybody needs somewhere to live, and it's probably the biggest subscription business because
yeah,
most people biggest expenses is their car. Excuse me, their car or where they live.
yeah,
So you can't go wrong investing in real estate, and that's why one of the other reasons why we love this business as well.
yeah. That's a good point because like this is literally I think this is one of the only businesses that I could think about where the customers just run to you like they're knocking your door down. Like there's so many programs, even a program that we go to webinars, like we look at other businesses and we have started other businesses that we just didn't continue it because it's like, man, this is too much work for too little money. But literally, like every business people are talking about like, yeah, so what you want to do, you want to do a webinar a week. Like I know this one lady you was on her webinar, she was like, yes, you do one webinar a week. She did that for years, and then you do different sales calls, and then you go to different events and you do this and you do that just to hope to get more people who will buy your stuff. This business, you don't even have to, or if you just wanted to put, we don't suggest it, but you could just put a for rent sign in the yard and people just gonna flood your phone. Like people gonna be calling you all times a day. So yeah, that's a good point about it. Just it advertises itself. It's something where you don't have to put marketing strategy behind.
And if you guys take our program, we show you how to get the properties at the right price. We show you how to find tenants, good quality tenants that pay every month. We got paid. We've been getting paid every day. I mean, every month for years, even during COVID.
On time.
Yeah, on time. We
Never had to evict anybody.
absolutely we never
Yeah.
had one eviction. So our program works, our process works, and that's why we love this business. Because once you do it, you figure it out. You get a system in place. Which if you take our program, you'll get our system. You can scale it, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. You can do it as many times as you want, or you might just be like, hey, I only want this many properties. I only want all I need is to be able to do this. I only need to be able to retire. I only just need three. I want to have my car and I just want to be able to go on a couple of trips. I like my job. So it's up to you where you want to go, but just having the information allows you the the ability to maneuver around because you have the information. You can go here, here, here. But if you don't have that information, you're stuck at a job or you're stuck in a situation you might not want to be in. So that's another reason why our program is great and also why we want you guys to consider us for your program. And
One other reason why real estate is different from other businesses is that it you can diversify with this single business by having multiple properties. So when you have multiple properties, it just feels like one business. So if you heard the term before, diversify. So don't just depend on one business. A lot of people learn that, especially during COVID. If they had one restaurant that had to get shut down, that's all their income. If they had one daycare that had to get shut down, that's all their income. The thing about real estate, it has diversification in itself if you have more than one property. It's like, in a way, each property is its own business, which is very unique because we get paid different ways through different properties. So we have some ways where some tenants pay us is through a government program. Some tenants pay us through cash. Some pay, different tenants have different jobs. So in a way, it's diversifying in itself, but it's not as complicated as having 7 different businesses and then figuring out each separate business, figuring out how to build each one from the ground up. And it's not as challenging, but in a way it's still diversification, in a way that you still have forms of protection, so that if this one's not rented out, this one's rented out. If something, God forbid, happens to this property, you still have these, so that's one thing that I love about it too. And that's one thing that makes it different from other businesses. So yeah, y'all, that just was a few reasons we just wanted to come on here just to talk about like how we have saw that real estate is different from other businesses. If y'all have any other experiences, or if y'all know of any other ways, just let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you have any question. And that's it, y'all. We out.
All right, y'all. Peace.